Good morning, everyone. Gotta talk a little quiet because Chris is asleep, even though he's a heavy sleeper. Couldn't get back to sleep, and I'm really tired today, so my eyes are, hold on, there. They don't look too bad. I double moisturized my eyes today. Wearing my handy headscarf from Butterfly Studios. Oh yeah, I was keeping that. I'm gonna put it in here for now. I hate this morning wake up and my voice sounds like I've been doing things I should not be doing. So yeah, got some dry spot on my nose here. Don't know what's going on with that. I definitely moisturized today. I'm sitting in a chair right here instead of on my bench. That gives me the option of being a little more fidgety, I guess. So, nope, you can't see that. Good. I'm going to start off with my primer. Yes, primer. Always primer. Using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Putting it all over my face. Oh, I don't know. That would be Chris's alarm. Babe, I'm doing a video right now. Just FYI. I had to get some on my nose. Didn't get enough on my face. Hi, Ryan. I don't know if anybody else is watching, but somebody liked the video. Don't know who. So I've had an interesting few days since my last video. Went to hockey games on Saturday and Sunday. So the team lost on Friday pretty handedly. Saturday they lost in overtime, and Sunday they won. So take of that what you will. Debating if I want corrector today, but I don't think I do. I don't think I want to go through all that. So I'm going to tap some powder out in my cap here. Let's see. This is the powder I'm going to be using. So just shaking it out. There are the holes. Okay, I couldn't figure out I couldn't remember which side the holes were on to get it out to the cap. Ooh, one little happy there. It's okay. Just save the rest for later. So, ow, bump my knee. I'm not comfortable with this chair at all. Don't like the bench either. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure it out. Foundation. I'm still using my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation in shade Shell Ivory. So what's been going on with me? Well, besides hockey and not working, which I should have been doing, I'll be working a little bit this week. I'm going to be helping my mom with some stuff that she needs done. Let's see what else. Not really sure. this chair sits lower than my bench did, so I always blend down my neck because the foundation isn't quite the right shade for me. And what else? I'm meeting with somebody who used to be a friend tonight. I had another friend come into town yesterday. They had some stuff they had to take care of that I'm not at liberty, of which I'm not at liberty to speak. And I got to hang out with them for a little while, and they made my day a little better. And I hope I made theirs a little better. Sorry, I just did it with my sponging, I guess. So, Chris and I are still doing okay. Learning still how to talk with one another, learning how to communicate with one another. Yeah, definitely going to need more foundation today. Because this isn't giving me the coverage I need. Normally I don't use this, but I'm using the last of it up, so definitely getting at the places I need it the most. Just when I needed you most. That's an old song there. The other thing that's happening in my life is the fact that I'm having my name removed from the Mormon church records. And it's going a lot more quickly than I thought it would. And yeah, I really should have done color corrector under my eyes, because now I'm having to use more foundation than I want. There and there. I thought there might be a disciplinary hearing, but I guess there probably won't be. The bishop he's a very nice man. He was very sincere, and if it weren't for the fact that I don't believe in things that the church teaches anymore, I might have considered changing my mind, but I didn't, and I'm not going to now, just because there are other things that I can't and don't believe. So I'm going with my concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in Fair Beige. So, whoops. There. Use that under my eyes, on my forehead, nose, Cupid's bow, here and here and here. It's taken me a long time to come to this decision. And since I'm cutting toxic people and things out of my life, I am cutting the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints out of my life. I can't belong to a church that treats people who are GSM, which is gender and sexual minorities, the way they do. It's the love the sinner, hate the sin kind of thing, and I just can't. I can't abide by it. I also don't believe that their current prophet is a prophet. Instead of working on things that were more important, in my opinion, he decided that making sure all the websites and all the media, things they use for media relations all say the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and not Mormon on them. Mormon has been associated with the church ever since its inception. I also have questions about how the Book of Mormon came to be. I've been watching a lot of Mormon Stories podcasts. And so there's that. And if people want to talk, ask questions, whatever, pop in, put it in the chat, and I will do my best to see it. But I just can't be long somewhere that doesn't treat people fairly and equally for who they are. So, yeah. On my dresser back there, those are, they call them timeout bottles or calm down bottles. When I was working at OTB, we call them sensory bottles. And they're just a lot of fun. They're just beads and glitter glue and water. And I may be adding more glitter glue or something, or glue in general, to one of them because it goes way too fast for me. So, but yeah, I mean, I can't belong to a faith that doesn't accept people like me. I have a church home now, and it's not the Mormon church, but it does have the same beginnings as the Mormon church, and it's called Community of Christ. And I've been a member there since 2010, 2011, I'm not sure. I'm blending out that edge a little bit with the side of the makeup sponge. This is a Real Techniques sponge, by the way. My Eco's Tools one finally just started falling apart too much. And so, hold on, I need a drink. Just making sure nobody's talking in the chat right now. But Community of Christ has the same beginnings. They started out as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And these are people who didn't go west with Brigham Young. And it was founded by Joseph Smith's son, Joseph Smith III, and his mother, Emma Smith. And part of it was because they didn't believe in polygamy. A big part of it was they didn't believe in polygamy. But Emma Smith always loved Joseph, and her dying words were, "Joseph, Joseph, I'm coming." She may not have agreed with everything her husband taught, but she loved him to the end. Even though she remarried, Joseph was still her first love. And one of the things I admire about Emma Smith is her second husband cheated on her and got someone pregnant. And what she did is that woman ended up having a son from it. She took in the son because the mother couldn't care for him. And then she hired that woman to work in her home so that way she could be near her son. And, you know, how many women would do something so remarkable? I kind of want to model my life after hers. So, yeah. Emma Smith is just a hero in my eyes. She put up with a lot from her husband, from the church, from husbands, I should say. I'm going to use some of this Essence Camouflage Concealer in Light Rose. So I'm going to use this. Sorry if it was shaking, my leg is up against the vanity, which it's not normally. Use this as my eye primer. I'll blend that in with my finger. So, yeah. don't normally do this across my face, and today I am. There we go. I don't have a cold, it's just my normal morning wake up coughing. I forgot to grab my brushes out beforehand, so I'm going to try to find the ones that I want right now. And I'm sorry if it's a little noisy. Grab the brush I didn't need. I have a bunch of them today. These are all the brushes I'm possibly going to use. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say today. I'm just kind of in a funk. I'm not a funk. That's not the right word. I'm going to set this concealer on my eyes and give my eyeshadow someplace to really just blend. There we go. But Emma Smith, in my eyes, was an amazing human being who had more care and love in her heart than most other human beings did in that day, or even today. The palette I'm going to use is the Royal Affair palette from Beige Cosmetics, and I'm going to end up using this second row. Yesterday I used the first row. Here's what it looks like out of the packaging. So I'm going to start with this shade. Yeah, this one's going to be fun because I'm going to have a really dark crease. I think I'm going to start with this shade Monarch, which is this green shade right here. I'm going to start with that with a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to barely tap into it because I don't want a ton. And I always look down to help really get into my crease. That's a really dark shade. I do this where I only limit myself to a row to challenge myself to come up with something. This shade is being a pain in my butt right now. It's not wanting to blend, but we're going to make it work nonetheless. There. But I also barely lightly tapped into it as well. So I'm also in a dialectical behavioral therapy group, and this is my second week of it, I think. Third week, maybe. Third week. And I don't remember. I'm not going to be able to go tomorrow because I have a hockey game. So we're going to have to see how this works. Definitely dark, but it's not horrible. Maybe I should have started with the brown, but I think the brown's going to be even darker. It's going to be kind of like a camouflage eye. In all actuality. Trying to blend it as much as possible. Now I've got that You Left Me with just when I needed you most song stuck in my head. Does anybody have anything they want to chat about? Anything? I love talking to my friends and not just having them watch. Part of the reasons why I do Facebook Live and not like YouTube. You know? I like having the chatting. See, like my left eye looks better than my right eye right now. And I don't know why. There. Starting to get them to match a little bit. But now my right eye is too dark. It's just a process. There, I think I'm finally getting them to match a little more. Right now it looks scary, but hopefully in the end it will still look pretty. It's going to be definitely an interesting look. So I'm going to go in with my very fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to go in the shade Duchess and get my fingernails and my shadows with this brown shade right there. So get off my leg for a minute. Do you match your outfits to your eye looks, or do you already have an outfit in mind ahead of time? Sometimes it depends, honestly. Hold on a second, I need to fidget again. Because sometimes my boyfriend, you know, he likes to help me pick out my outfits. So right now, the shirt that I'm wearing is my night shirt. But sometimes I like to match, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll ask friends or my boyfriend for inspiration, be like, pick a color. And whatever that color they pick is, that's what I do my eye look on. I like challenging myself with makeup. I don't like sticking with the same things over and over again. So it just really depends on my mood, I guess. You know, like today I don't have an outfit picked out. I already had this eyeshadow picked out. That's what I was going to work with. Because yesterday when I did my eye look, I did all of the top row up there. So today I'm going to do only this middle row, and then tomorrow I'll do this last row. And then I might break it up into quads for the next few days and do like a quad here, a quad here, here, and here, and make that one a quad too, maybe, but that's all shimmered, so it probably wouldn't work. So it just really depends on, and I never really go in to eyeshadow, I guess, with a purpose. So I never go into my looks. I mean, not a lot of the times I don't go into my looks with just a purpose or something. This is going to be a really dark smoky look today, I can already tell you. So, but I'm going to meet up with a friend tonight, someone I haven't seen since 2008, and we had a bit of a falling out then, and not just with me but with some other friends. And I want to make amends for my part in how we treated them and maybe become friends again. I don't know. But like today, I'm going to definitely not use this palette for a highlight shade of any kind on my brow bone because the colors just wouldn't look right. So, but I wish I had more of an answer for you, but I don't. It's just, I go where the makeup leads me. That's the best way I know how to put it. And sometimes, yes, I do exactly that. I'm like, okay, what outfit I'm wearing, I'm going to match it. Good luck to you tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Megan. Where is, I need a brush. So I think I'm going to go in with the black shade, which is called Enchanted. I'm going to do that on the outer corner of my eyelid, the outer V, so to speak. I'm going to use this fluffy brush to try to blend that. I don't want it too dark because it's already turning into a dark look. It's going to have some bright pop in the eyelid though, tell you what. See, just a little bit. That's all I'm doing. Sorry. I'm learning that, you know, communication, how important it is, and how I'm not, there's two sides to every situation, and that, you know, there may have been some things that they did that they shouldn't have done, but there's probably things that I did that I probably shouldn't have done, and I'd like to really hear more of their side of what happened. And back in 2007, I never really gave them that chance to do that. So, Imperial. I'm going to go in with that next. I'm going to try my flat brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush. And this middle shade here is Imperial. So I'm going to try to see if that'll pick up on the brush, but I don't think so. Maybe. I'm going to do that all over the lid, and then I'm going to go in with the final shade, which is going to be Crown. Yeah, that's not picking up on the brush really at all. So, try a little more. And it's there, but it's really hard to see. So, didn't know how this look was going to go, but it is what it is. See, like my left eye picked up better than my right eye. Time for a finger. I'm going to go in with my ring finger and do this. And help that show up just a little more. That was going to be a deeper bronzy color than what it really is. I actually have kind of a Purdue look going on right now. Not that I'm a Purdue fan or an IU fan. Chris is a Purdue fan, so my stepdad was an IU fan, so see, and I'm going to use my ring finger on my other hand. I need to redo my nails sometime soon too. I've been using Hollow Taco nail polish for my fingernails. I really like it. So, anyone has any other questions? I mean, we can talk about anything. I'm pretty open to talking about anything, actually. I just like talking to my friends, and right now this is basically the only way I can do that. I'm going to try a wet brush now, because I really want this color to pop more. I'm going to use this it's AOA, or I don't know, it's from Shop Miss A, to wet my brush. Shake it off a little bit. I don't want it too wet. That's what she said. Bad jokes. I'm full of them today. There. That's better. Definitely better. And I've learned all these tricks from watching YouTube. Honestly, people are like, well, how'd you get so good? I just watched a lot of YouTube. A lot. I still want to create my own makeup channel on YouTube. I mean, I've started, but I think my makeup skills have gotten better since I was on there. So since I know this one needs a wet brush, oh my gosh, I have so many. And it's changed recently because some of them have turned to mommy blogs a lot, and I've gotten away from that. I like Nikki Tutorials, Jessica Brown, Emily Noel are probably the three that I follow the most, and Porcelain. But I don't watch Porcelain when she does J-Star reviews because I don't like him. Trying to think of who else. Manny, I'll watch Manny every now and then. But I quit following Tati. I quit following James Charles, Jeffree Star, Laura Lee. I quit following all the big ones. I prefer the smaller creators. And I'm still trying to find more. I'm always trying to find more. I have a list on a group that I have on Facebook. It's called Geeky Makeup Peeps Unite. And I have a list on there, and I need to go in and update it of who we follow, who everybody follows. I also follow one of my heart children, Kanye Lee. And yeah, so I'm going to put that on the inside third of my eyelid. This crown shade is kind of a green, yellow-green shade. Maybe. There it goes. Just needs some building up. And I prefer eyeshadows that aren't as pigmented as everyone else seems to like, really pigmented, because I feel like overly pigmented eyeshadows are just harder to blend. So I like smaller creators, though. I feel like they have more freedom to speak up and speak their mind on makeup because they don't have the, what's what I'm looking for? They don't have all the brand deals and things like that. So I feel like they have more freedom to be themselves. That's why I used to. Okay, I will definitely have to look at those when I get off of here. Okay, this is going to drive me nuts. Going in with my finger here. I just feel like it wasn't enough payout. There. There may be some black eyeliner or something come into this. I don't know yet. Not one of my favorite looks today. I can tell you that. But this challenges me to get me out of my for me, it helps. One, it helps catch fallout from eyeshadows. The other is I feel like because of how my skin is, it helps. So baking is the question. Give me a second here. But for me, because it's so fair, the powder, it helps highlight as well. So I use it to highlight the places where I want it to highlight. And then I'll when I contour and stuff, I feel like it helps me there too. Why are you stuck on there? That was weird. Let's see, check this out. Oh, because that's a loose pigment. I don't want to mess with loose pigments today. No, I don't. So I'm going to find a highlighter to use. What? No, that's a loose one too. I'm going to use my Vintage by Jessica. I can't read her last name, but I'm going to use this highlighter palette on my eyes and on my face today. But for me, it helps most of the time keep creasing down under my eyes because I'm older. And it helps set the concealer for me. So it's just taken me practice to get used to doing it. I'm going to go in with this shade over here to highlight my brow bone, because it doesn't have names of the shades on it. But as dark as this is, I'm definitely going to need some brightness today. So, I mean, and when I first started off baking, I wasn't the best at it at first. It took me a while. And just took practice to figure out what my actual skin tone needed. It's like I have semi-hooded eyes. I don't have full hooded eyes. So, like so many people do have hooded eyes. And I try to help out as much as I can, but, it's not always the case. So, now I'm going to get my powder brush and I'm going to dust away everything. And you'll see that it does highlight the places that I want it to. Got a little high on my highlight on this side. I always do it under my eyes last because of fallout and stuff. And I take my brush and I'll fold it like this and try to get, because wing liner and I just aren't friends. We're not going to be friends today at all. We're not even on speaking terms today. I'm not going to try to do a wing. But it just sets it, and it kind of highlights those places for me. But I'm also really fair skinned. I'm going to use the rest of the powders on my brush to try to set the rest, of my face. And I probably use more powder than everyone else who does makeup does, so I don't know. So next I'm going to contour. I hope that answered your question, by the way, on the baking. So let me readjust again. There's a rug underneath me and it doesn't like to do what I need it to do, which is let me roll. Hold on a second, everyone. There. Oh, it was Nikki who asked the question. But baking is just something I've had to learn. You know, your experience. Maybe you don't need to bake as much as I do. But I've got older skin too, unfortunately. So now I'm going to go into my Ibby Beauty contour palette. I'm going to go into contour 1. I'll have to play around with it some more. And that's possible too. And maybe if you have to be careful not to use too much, because then it could cause flashback in cameras. But the makeup looks I've seen you do, Nikki, have been amazing. You have such a beautiful face, and you have really beautiful eyes. And there's a way you can find to accentuate your eyes. That's what I would do, because your eyes are popping. I'm serious. They are just, you have very bright eyes. And yeah, so, but I set mine to help with the creasing a lot under my eyes. Even, like I said, I'm older, so I'm definitely going to start having more creasing, and I may have to change how I do set under my eyes. I'm not sure yet. You're very welcome, but filters help me. Well, I try not to use too many filters. I mean, I don't know. Oops, hold on. Sorry, that was an alarm. But even when we used to work together, I always thought how pretty you are, and you know, you and your husband have a beautiful daughter, and she reminds me so much of you. When I see pictures of her, she reminds me actually of both of you. So I just, yeah, there. So that part of my contouring is done. Got to do my nose. It's nice being able to talk with my friends today too. Maybe I've just been doing it too early. Who knows? I just love talking and learning about makeup and different techniques that we can all use. I always do the indent of my Cupid's bow. I feel like it makes my lips look a little fuller. And underneath my lip. There's my mom's phone. Let's see if she's going to say the funny thing that she always says. Oh, I gotta do underneath my eyes. Oh my gosh, I got contouring without doing anything under my eyes. Oops. Oopsie. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go in with the brown shade called Duchess again. I do miss working together. It was. I really liked working with you. I learned a lot from you and Emily. And I liked working at Lily. It was just one particular team lead that I absolutely did not enjoy working with. And you probably know which team lead I'm talking about. Felt like he lied to all of us all the time. He used Lily resources for his outside business. And I actually told HR about it on my last day when he started verbally assaulting me on my last day when he walked me out of the building. So there, that looks a little better. I kind of want some black across my top eyeline. I do. I'm going to do that. Let's see if I can find that brush. That one will work. But, yeah. I used to call him Tweedledum because he was dumb. He ended up leaving the company shortly after I did, I think, to work on his daycare business. So, yeah, that looks better when I did that. They were the worst. One person I do not miss, but overall the people were. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that particular team lead was the worst. And That's the only reason why I ended up leaving the company, was because of that particular team lead. I think if I would have had another team lead, I would have been happier. Yeah, that helped. That made that eye look even better. Okay, so I've done contour, and I need blush. So blush. I'm going to use my CoverGirl Cheekers color, and I don't know what the color name is. I keep trying to look. Deep Plum is what the color is. Oh, he did. Yeah, he ended up leaving short. Yeah, because we still have a friend who works there, who used to work over in 104, and now she works in the 147 library, I'm pretty sure. So, because I ended up over in 130, which I liked much better than 147. And when I left, one of the people who worked over in that area, he sent me a really nice email, because he was always such a pain. And he said that he was going to miss me because I could always find what he needed. And that was a Lily employee, you know, sent me this really beautiful email. And I still have it to this day because of how much that made me feel like, see, I did do a good job. What I hated about working for that company is it was always meets expectations. Even though you know you excelled at the expectations, you always only got meets expectations. And I thought that was just rude. It's like I went above and beyond for so many things. And to have them say, no, you just met your expectations. No, you don't understand, you know, the breadth and depth of what I was doing. This highlighter is definitely a lot more subtle than what I'm liking typically, but I need to use it anyway. So I may end up going in with my finger here in a minute. I'm just not seeing it. Like I can see it on my nose and the tip of my nose and other places. I just can't see it high on my eyes. Like here on my cheekbone, I mean. I can see it everywhere else, but just not where I want. Oh, I still need to do my brows. I've been trying to forget my brows lately. I can't do that. Because your brows help frame your eyes. Okay, at this, we're going to go in with my finger and do my cheeks. I mean, because when I moved over 130, Emily ended up leaving the company and going someplace else that was more for her degree. And there. And then Toya left. And then I worked with Susan. And then Susan went to a different library. And then I got, oh, I can't remember her name, but she was, her and Tweedledum were just, So, I'm going to moisturize my lips real fast before I do my eyebrows, so that way not sure what else. But I know I need to do my brows, so let's do that. Flip my mirror over to my magnifying side so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to drop a makeup brush. Well, I like that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It is definitely a bold look, though, and I like bold looks. So we can go with that. It's just a bold look. And it's making my green eyes pop today. That much. So this is the brow tint I'm using. It's from Ulta. It's really good. I've heard people compare it to the Benefit Gimme Brow. It's got a nice little spoolie on it. And it's not that expensive, but it does what I need it to do. One of the things I used to use on my eyebrows was a clear eyelash primer as well. I've done that before too. Because it goes all the way out and it doesn't really mess up my eyebrow tails. Because I don't like really thick eyebrows. Not on my face anyway. I've never tried it, but I don't like them, so. And then I just brush it through. I do like, I've had people compliment my eyebrows, even back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I never had like the really thin eyebrows, so. So now we get to set my face. This is the fun part. Just kidding. I don't know where my brush, there it is. Ta-da, picked up my brush. I'm gonna put most of my makeup brushes away. Now that I have most of my face done, that one can stay. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use this Ulta Wannabe Active setting spray first because it's a water resistant setting spray, but it can kind of get, what's what I'm looking for, sticky on my face. So then I'll go in, I'll use this, fan it, set it, and then I'll go in with my Wet n Wild one. So this one has a shaker ball in it. So here we go, and this one burns my eyes if I don't keep them closed, so give me just a second. Goodness, oops. Gotta keep them closed for a second. There we go. Yes, my fan right now, because my fan broke, so paper plates it is. Said I'm resourceful. So there's a spot right here. I don't know if you can see, but I can. It needs to dry. It actually didn't make me too sticky today, which is nice. And then I'm going to go in. This is my Wet n Wild setting spray. I put it in a different bottle. I got it from Dollar Tree because I don't like the pumps on the Wet n Wild. I like the way it sets, but I don't like the sprayer. So and I use a lot of setting spray. I just do. And then I fan it in, and that helps it dry faster and helps it really sink into, make my makeup set. So I don't know what kind of lipstick I'm going to go with today, though. I mean, I know I'll have to wear a nude later, but to start off with, I don't know what I want to wear. It's definitely going to be a liquid lipstick, though, because I'm not a big cream lipstick fan. Why are you in there? You need to be up a row. I've got some dark ones like I did yesterday. I've got a gray one too that I didn't pay any money for. It's a Kat Von D. I'm going to try this one today. I've not worn a gray lipstick before, so, but I don't like Kat Von D, and that one is a Kat Von D. It's not a KVD Vegan Beauty one. I can still feel a couple of wet spots on my face, and I don't want to wrinkle until when I get ready to do my mascara. I think I'm going to do 2 mascaras today. The spot right there. So I'm going to start off with my Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara first. And I move to my magnifying side again so I can see what I'm doing. Also, while I'm thinking about it. So I just unscrewed it. So when you do your mascara, what you should do is pull it out and twist like this. And then wipe off the end. That way you're not going like this like we used to do and putting air inside your mascara. Don't do that. just do what I did, twist it out, and then wipe off the ends. So I like doing this first, and I just got mascara on my eye. No worries. Go have fun making breakfast. I'm glad you were able to make it live too, because it really helped me feel like, you know, I had friends. Well, not that I don't have friends, but I was able to talk to my friends. So there we go. There's that. I will make sure to definitely take pictures of the finished look. So, and I hope I'm not keeping him up. That's why I'm trying to be quiet. And I'm twisting. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, Voluminous Lash Paradise. And Blackest Black Waterproof. It's a really different type of brush. I always like to use a waterproof mascara because my eyes sometimes water, or I will just end up crying. And I don't like losing my mascara to crying. There we go. I've not, because I tried using a brush to do it, and it was pulling off my foundation. So I've gone back to just spraying it on, because I didn't like how that, okay, I've got enough highlighter, how that, it was pulling it off my nose. Even before I put a mask on, it was pulling it off my nose. So I've decided I'm just going to go back to spraying and fanning and putting my leg to sleep, because I sit on my legs. So now it's time for the lips, and I need to hydrate just a little more. Because I've heard that the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks are kind of drying, so I can't remember the shade name for this, but it's a gray one. I think it's Woolf. And the other thing is, would I need a separate makeup sponge than the one I use? You know, it's just, the spraying works best for me. Everybody has, that's what I like about makeup. Everybody has different ways that work best for them. Oh, that's a long wand. Here we go. My mom's gonna hate this look. I really wish Kat Von D didn't turn out to be such a twit herself. There we go. That. I'm done. Not too shabby if I say it myself. Not sure about the gray, but I'm gonna work with it for now. See how it dries down. So yeah, I'm glad people were chatty today. It really helped me feel better. I've got to get off here to do my hair and get dressed and all that fun stuff. So I will talk to everyone later. Peace. Bye.